Okay, I need to adjust something. Hi everyone! Welcome in, welcome in. Well, welcome everyone. We're going to be playing Dawntrail on Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, my avatar is a bit let me fix that. Let me fix that. I'm not I don't feel like this, I swear. Where are you? I think that's a bit better. And I know my lip sync is not the greatest right now, so please forgive me for that. Uh yeah, I'm still working out the kinks on using Snow Meat program, which is called Wardo. Oh, we have an ad. Okay, BRB. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. I know my lip syncing is not great, but it's something. Hi, welcome to my Dawntrail stream. Let's just jump into the game. I have a few things I need to do before I actually start the story quests, so let's get into it. Oh, there I am. Here I am. Okay, disable preview. Hopefully everything works. One second. I'm back. Okay, let's continue what I was doing. Sorry for the cough. Okay, gotta fix my submarine. Just doing the usual daily grind of putting things for sale and that. Hi Nia, welcome in. How are you doing today? JP, do you have things you have to do, or do you... or what? Oh, that jacket is pretty. Where did they get that? Yeah, I can understand that. I'm doing okay. I still have this cough that we don't even know if it's asthma or allergy. So I'm still gonna be coughing while I stream. But otherwise I'm doing okay, trying to get back into the rhythm of streaming. And I know it takes a lot for me to get back in. That kitty is so cute! Trying to get back into the rhythm of streaming again. It's a turtle! I already have it. It's an otter that I already have. I don't have this koala. I don't have. Oh my god, that scared me. Oh, that scared me. Okay, I'll give a treat to Nisa, and once I open the drawer, she's gonna run here. Just you wait. See, there she is. There she is. Nisa's very happy. Thank you for the treat, Nisa, do you want to say thank you? She's purring a lot, so she is very happy. No, Nisa, I already gave you enough. I already gave you enough. Go away. Okay. Just put this for sale so we have to add that. There. See if I can put my Fantasia in the No, I can't. Because I have a Fantasia, but I don't know what I want to do with it yet, so. Oh, are we ready to continue the story? Oh boy, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this. Am I a dancer? A dancer, should I be a... Everyone is using Pictomancer and Viper, and I don't know. So, I'll just say dancer. I hope the game has volume. Everything. Should be ready. Teams managed to secure a passage to Tyrol aboard the guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and travel companions? Take a moment. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment. The only one yet to arrive is Aaron Willemson. Ah, you're all here. Took some persuasion, but the Gleaners Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tyrol. There'll be other passengers, researchers, artisans, and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Ironville. I doubt anyone expected to have a ship to sail at all ourselves. We're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I would call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is. Overall, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation Tuliolal is the midst of deciding its next rule. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawntrail. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tyrol, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, and sort of insights that might help our friends the Bard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. Okay, Nia. Enjoy your lurk. Don't I ask, otherwise you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Krad? Yes, and as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Conservator. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of the mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak to you if you get your answers right from I look forward to meeting him. And in case you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold, Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as a guide. Still playing the part of a stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Won't make you down servant by standing here and talking about it. Ah, woman of action. I am a being of action, yes, because I am a being. Right then, all are still committed to the journey, and I say we make ready to do. We make sure all of my stuff is as they are. The others have left already. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should.
savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to
No.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
All I need is my weapons and outfit.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Tural.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me! Woklamat!
Let's
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
I need to use my Fantasia on my kid. Did I be an elephant?
Did you look out across these same waters, grandfather?
Oh, this will be my first visit to Paul. On John Payne's. I was working at Aesthetics, and my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlie in hopes of starting over while I was attempting and failing to find a new job. I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard a room for another passenger, and suddenly and I am told the Dawn servant welcomes all regardless of origin. The Tuliolal seemed the perfect place to begin it. Isa! Isa, my baby! Isa! I'm trying to stream, honey! Isa! Little kisses for the kitty that's nuzzling on my mic right now. Adventure, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Lunda, specialty is an export, Yorzian and Audible. Your first crossing. I remember that social mores of IoT are not necessarily the same as us. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Mikote, the oh my god, the names here are going to drive me crazy. The Hetsaro, the Rothgar, the Zebral. Not because every member's given clan is of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with the clan. For a fair I can't talk anymore. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. Gah, I had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our war brand have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Ketenram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural almost 80 years ago. The Mamulja's leader said to have welcomed Ketenram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token for their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to culinary revolution. The tales say Ketenram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during the last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who'll be sat next on the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants to the right of succession. Your young Wuklamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamulja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on third promise. Kyle, where are you? There you are. You learn anything of interest? Yeah, I learned a bunch of stuff. No, Nisa, I'm not getting you more treats. I just need something from the drawer. Oh, I haven't heard about the clan names. We should have Buklamat and Erwin teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Oh no.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
Sure you don't, honey. Sure you don't.
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many of you ever live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaktural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease. Buklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Oh. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
I am excited.
roots. I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tulihyolal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihyolal?
I mean, valid concern.
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Pinafok naman.
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihyolal.
Despite the storm effort, during here. And are you sure you're in a nation? Aha, we were wondering who. So the third promise is follow. Proclamata, everyone well. No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage, I recruited them to help me win the right session. I was about to shut down the city. That sounds lovely, but the news is going to attract attention, especially the third prom. Everyone is curious, we certainly were. Your siblings have attended commanders. You're just so easy to manage. And I enjoy a good day to you, promise. The math is technically royal. Not a pretty. That is. Wait, what did you mean by technically? I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. So Monica, you and Carl can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. The voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What contest? Now then, seeing as we're already here, might as well tell you about the harbor. Erinville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal water, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlement. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yoktural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded and carted off to the merchant stalls in the... Speaking of which, besides Bevy should be our next stop. Well, first of all, I have to get the main eater, right? This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliola's largest market. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares goes directly to the stands. Anything you want, they most likely have. Alright, I should mention that here in Tuliola we buy things with a pel, a currency that Pelpu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming from Asia, so shops are happy to accept your guild. Oh no, I missed it! There's also Wachu... I don't know what that is. Another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit and then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. Hey, can't wait to see the look on your faces. You think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherites into the Olal? I think I told you before, but my brother Koana spent 3 years studying in Parlian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once and had built. Do you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again, then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Shaktural. Let's make a stop at the Bright Plume post on the way. Oh, that's the headquarters for the Lance Guard. The music here is amazing. This place is a bit of a mess for me. Hi, Ku. Long time no see. How have you been? Have a lot. Thank you for the welcome back. I missed being back. But I am back now. Especially since I can play more Final Fantasy. How are things with you? I have a lot of narrow windings that crawl up the sides of the mountain. The builders make sure that the city's main thoroughfares are wide enough to accommodate wagons. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyola and preserving peace. The Lance Guard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago when Zoral Ja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. The first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Always important to hydrate. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to. Well, I'll discuss my brothers and accomplishments later. Alpha and Alization around a year or two. Come on, it's time I showed you Skygate. It's right on the northern end of Talonmine. Massive, isn't it? The other side is an equally massive bridge to both both were constructed by a race of giants, the Okhur. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually a separate continent. Yoktural, the southern lands of the mother, and Shoktural, the mother, which lie beyond. Legends say that it used to be one great landmass, but long gods fought a titanic battle. When one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent. A familiar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict idling. But getting back to Shoktural, these lands are also part of the Tural nation. That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of the continent. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to the myriad conflicts that we were finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Shoktural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then you'll just have to wait. Then I'll make sure you win, mark my words. You really mean that? Woe to anyone who stands between you and an adventure. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyola is unlike any other place. Do my hand... Oh. I'm still getting used to this new app for my model, so if I act a bit weird, it's because I'm not used to it. Tuliyola is unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. We'll head west next towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too, Toleola certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. The Arch of the Dawn is on that other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. This is the part of the game that is a bit annoying, which is the part where you walk everywhere. I almost forgot how it feels, because I haven't walked places in a while. Not in real life though, in real life I've been walking. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Yokhui temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Shoktural to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After Yokhui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Popa was establishing it, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tolal. We climbed these sets of stairs here all the way up. Oh, is that a little baby? It's a little baby. He's so cute. Wait, I forgot to do the thing. Papa's palace is called Volokshunza, which roughly translates to invincible resilient. Yeah, you probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. Oh, we're not even supposed to go inside, damn it. I wonder if they let me jump from this high. No, endless. What? So this is Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all of the Yoctoral clans: Mamulja, Jibral, Pelupelu, Moblin, Hanuhanu. We also have Tonawatwa, Hitaro, Kitona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Shoktural. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tuliolal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. Ouch. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tulipan. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought them back the plants from Charlene, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with the frontier community has never been easier. That's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. Alpacas! I want an alpaca mount. I think I'm gonna get one at some point in the game, but we'll see. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as Yoctoral's Land Gate. But when Papa founded Tuliolal, everyone began using its present name in honor of its great achievement. Though this gate is Kozamaga, the wetlands south of the city, depending on what the Right of Succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozamauka. The name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Called an alpaca! Alpacas! Those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged feet. Yes, they are. Fearsome, they seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kyle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. You wish to learn the history of Tuliyola? Then look no further. Those stone pillars, you mean? What's special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see that there's something much more interesting. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right, it follows the exploits of my father, Gulul Jaja, in his journey to unite our land. We call it the Tuliyola saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged are immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how to Tuliyola to be studying them as long as you like. Study them as long as you like. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It's a scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. I can never remember. You mean Ketenram? Yeah, that's the one. Ketenram's arrival in Gaul is what prompted Papa to embark on it. It's said that the two grew to be close friends, brothers, but no one knows what became of the explorer. Years. Ketenram's disappearance is a mystery. While the records say he traveled between lands and for a while, but then it's lost at sea. Here we have Lay of the Reed. This is the story of when Papa visited the Hanu village. Bazamauka. The people Alphino mistook for Vanu if not with a colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are bright and cheerful. They hold this one festival every year, very famous, and a lot of This one recounts the lay of repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zobral like me. For decades, the Zobral and the Mura were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. Oh, thank you for the follow! Welcome, welcome! I hope you enjoy your time here. Oh. Uh. eh, Anyway. I forgot how to. God. Let me just. I actually thought I got color. The actions Papa took to end the conflict have since been the first steps, and there is a clan of Hrothgar and Boshan on Italian society, and the men served as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Jabral men and are of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with. Oh, let's see. This one is the Lay of the Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kozamauka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are standard when it comes to. One second. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell, the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only distant Turali country. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. The Lay of Gold is. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu whose land is in Pacha. Having created our current Pelu are rightfully known as merchants. Visit Oleola's markets and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter. Don't let their size fool you, they might be mistaken as true. But beneath those big masks, they are clever and calculating. This one's my favorite, Day of Ice. Depicts a battle with the legendary Tural Vidral, Valley Garmanda. I should explain Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Totaro described the Far Eastern offices in a similar fashion. This be the same phenomenon. Valley Garmanda itself was dubbed Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Tural and sealed it away in Upacha Mountain. Despite its reputation, however, Valley Garmanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you see its likeness in Tuliola's national emblem and adorning the banners at the palace. The lay of Proof. The big fellow is of the Yokho, the largest of Tural's people. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yoktural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they must have turned northwards, setting their sights on Tural. You'll recall that the massive bridge they built beyond the sea gate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew to the mountains of Orkopacha. I've never seen any of their kind so set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and replace into history? This one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliola's history, whatever that may be. Had your fill of history then? Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. And now I think I'm ready to eat. Let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the restaurant within the... I like the sound of that. You ever had tacos? They're Tuliola classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Baliav. Yeah, best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place the order with cold brew.
Evo! My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils. Oh! Oh!
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh! No.
I don't
How
know
dare
this
he
one.
squishes our tacos.
New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us. Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
A two-headed Mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubico and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
So it goes.
I was looking forward to trying some authentic Harry and join Alfin on the other at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head off to London Quarter or even the eastern side of Talon March if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how this is out, I'll let you find your own. Oh my. Good, you made it. Good, then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roast. Contest won't press fair. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best as I could in time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate, like herding an unruly pair of courts. I don't know to Guardian it has this effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know and to meet the allies actually. Given how important he is though, there's no telling what he will be in. Estinian!
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Taral.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonash.
It's Erenville now, Dawn Servant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Gona. The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja. You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young. And so I look to the always for inspiration. The right of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulcha at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against.
It seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Gona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word. For I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyola. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Kryl Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my order some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are...
Accident.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Saralja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The Resilion son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Saralja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you all right?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the rite of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants. Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your deity. Well said, brother.
The Mamulja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
I think I'm gonna call it there for today. I had a good time, and I have a doctor's appointment. So stay tuned for the raid. See who we're raiding today. Just take a quick look on my phone to see who's active. Okay, Anubis. Let's go to Anubis. Thank you all for joining me on my stream today. I hope you all have a lovely day. And see you all later, and thank you so much, and bye!